Okay, let's talk about, what I think a lot of our readers or listeners want to hear is now you mentioned, I think you mentioned that you've dated like one Asian guy in your entire life.
And it was Johnny Wolf.
Johnny Wolf, our very own Johnny Wolf.
Yes.
Now, first of all, growing up in the Midwest, Indiana,
Uh-huh.
yeah, there weren't a lot. You weren't exposed to a lot of Asian.
Not really. I remember I had one Asian friend.
Right? So to begin with, not a lot of Asian guys hit on you.
Never.
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 You've never in your entire life until Johnny.
Right. Never.
Okay. So, and the thing is, you knew Johnny was a pickup artist.
Yes.
That he was a PUA.
I did.
And you still were intrigued by him. Let's not. We won't get into. We'll be
The
discreet.
particulars.
Yes. But you two did date for a brief while.
We did. And I don't think it ended for any fault of his, because I believe he was genuine. And I think girls intuitively know when a guy's BSing them or not. You can tell, even if a pickup artist, and I've also been through the seminars, so I'd like to think it wasn't him feeding me lines. Probably at first it was, but we would go on dates and things, and we would share genuine conversation, and we would talk about, our personal lives and our backgrounds and how we were different and what we had alike. And he was just like a big teddy bear, he was a big protector,
Oh, okay. Big, what we call like protective loved ones.
Yeah, he really is. And we're still good friends. We still talk. But it's just his lifestyle it's hard for someone to accept, especially someone with my background and where I grew up.
Okay. Now, what is it about like Johnny in particular, like his personality, that intrigued you, that was attractive?
He's intelligent. He's well-read. He always has something to talk about, which I think is from doing pickup artist homework. You're always supposed to have something interesting to talk about. He's also really tall, which is something I find attractive, like I said, because I'm really tall. And he presents himself well, and he's well-dressed, and he's not ashamed of himself at all. He's proud.
All right, thank you. Now, what do you think of Asian men in general? Because you haven't been exposed to Asians in general, so your only exposure is probably through the media.
Right, which is unfortunate. I think a lot of the Asian culture can place partial blame on the media, but a lot of it is also from their cultural upbringing, and it's not your fault. You can't help how you were raised, but I think in the media it was portrayed like the Asian guy is like the bad guy in the movie, or he just plays the violin or does karate, So I don't think they're always portrayed as the sex symbol. Probably
If ever.
rarely.
If ever.
Just Lucy Liu is kind of spearheading the female Asian movement, I think.
Can you name, one off the top of your head, one sexy male Asian symbol?
Well, I just saw that new Mummy movie, the third one.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Jet Li.
Jet Li.
He is sexy. He's got it going on.
So you think Jet Li is sexy?
He's sexy, yeah. Yeah, he seems very serious all the time. He definitely has the Asian poker face.
Oh, okay. Speaking of which, let's talk about the Asian poker face.
Mm-hmm.
You've helped in some of our programs, and you've seen this phenomenon. Yes.
You mean this face? No, I know. It's unbelievable to me that a person is like Asian men, especially they don't even have wrinkles here. Like they'll be 35 and they won't even have any hint of a line here because they never smile. I just don't get it because it wasn't how I was raised. So I think it's hard when some come into the program, Asian men, because they're not used to expressing through their face. And if they want to get like a Caucasian girl, we grow up in a culture and families that are really expressive with their faces, and we always smile in pictures, and it's really hard, I think, for a lot of men.
Give me a funny face.
What?
Give me a funny face.
Like an Asian poker?
No. Give me a funny face.
Just a funny face.
Alright. I was just being silly. So, the Asian poker face, is this something that you see in other groups of people, or?
Not really. Not that I've noticed. I think it's just something that's indicative to the Asian culture and how they were raised, and they were raised to be serious and to study hard and have all these hard moral beliefs, at least in my opinion.
Now, how many Asian male interracial couples have you seen in the media or in real life?
I've seen a lot of Asian females and black males, and I've seen a couple of, like, I think two black females, Asian male. I don't really see too many Caucasian females and Asian males, though. Just, yeah, I don't see too many.
Now, going back briefly to when you and Johnny were together,
Mm-hmm.
and you go out in public, did you ever think like people were staring at you?
He always said they were. Maybe I just didn't see it. I would understand, I guess, that we looked really different, you know. But he always said that they were. But it's probably because it's something he would look for, which isn't a bad thing.
Now, what advice do you have for Asian guys in general?
Don't give up. Maybe expand your horizons a little bit. If you only want to date Asian girls, maybe practice on other types of girls too. You never know who you might meet, or you might find that you find another race interesting.
Now, the average height of American-born Asians is around, I believe, around like 5'7", 5'8", basically a bit below the Caucasian.
Right.
Now, you are like 5'9" or 5'11",
Right.
even 6 foot with high heels. Now, I know what I do because half the girls I've ever dated are taller than me.
Sure.
Now, for you, because you like tall guys, what advice would you give? Or are any short guy just done for?
No, I had a boyfriend some time ago that was shorter than me, and we dealt with it. You deal with it if you really like the person. It all goes with the approach. It takes a lot of guts to approach someone who's a lot taller than you, but it can be done, and it can be done very well, and it can be a disaster. So it's just getting the right tools to get in there, you know.